Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Eagles Nation Live, your go-to source for all things Philadelphia football. I'm your host, diving deep into the heart of the NFC East where the birds are soaring, or at least trying to, with that unyielding spirit we've come to love. Now, picture this. You're a rookie safety stepping onto the grand stage of the NFL, wearing that midnight green jersey, under the roaring lights of Lincoln Financial Field. The pressure's immense. The fans are chanting, "Fly Eagles fly," like it's a battle cry from the Revolutionary War-era Philly streets. But is every play a highlight reel, or are there bumps along the road? Today, we're zeroing in on Eagles rookie Andrew Mukuba, and boy, did defensive coordinator Vic Fangio just drop a truth bomb that's got everyone talking. Stick around, because we're breaking it all down with the passion this team deserves. Let's start with the spark that lit this fire. In a gritty road win against the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, that 28-22 thriller where the Eagles got back on track after some early season stumbles. Mukuba snagged an interception off none other than former Eagles QB Carson Wentz. Remember Wentz? The guy who led us to that magical 2017 Super Bowl run before injuries derailed his Philly story. Well, Carson bombed one deep, it sailed inaccurately, and boom, it lands right in Mukuba's hands like a gift from the football gods. The rookie added 3 tackles and a pass deflection to his stat line that day. Solid, right? But hold on, folks. Vic Fangio, our no-nonsense defensive guru, isn't one to sugarcoat things. When pressed by the media on Mukuba's season so far, Fangio kept it real. It's uneven. The ability is there. He has to be more consistent. Ouch, but honest. That's Fangio for you, the man who's coached defenses for over 3 decades, from the Bears to the Broncos, and now bringing that veteran wisdom to Philly's squad. Now, let's dive deeper into what makes this story so captivating. Andrew Mukuba, our second-round pick out of Clemson, came into the league with all the hype. At 6 foot, 205 pounds, he's got that explosive athleticism. Think Brian Dawkins reincarnated, with those ball-hawking instincts that made Dawkins a Hall of Famer and the heart of our defense back in the day. Mukuba's college tape was electric. 11 interceptions over 3 years, earning him All-ACC honors and comparisons to modern safeties like Minkah Fitzpatrick. But the NFL? It's a whole different beast, where quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes or even our own Jalen Hurts can expose any weakness in a heartbeat. Through his first 7 games, Mukuba's tallied 35 tackles, 2 for loss, 1 QB hit, half a sack, 3 pass deflections, and 2 picks. Not shabby for a newbie, but Pro Football Focus slaps him with a 50.3 overall grade, ranking him 123rd out of 145 safeties. That's below average, folks, and it echoes Fangio's uneven take. Breaking it down tactically, Mukuba's shown flashes of brilliance that remind us why the Eagles traded up to grab him. Take that Week 3 showdown against the Kansas City Chiefs, our 20-17 nail-biter win. Mukuba blitzed off the edge, sacking Mahomes for a loss and later picking off a pass in the red zone. What a momentum shifter! It harkens back to our defensive legacy, like when Reggie White, the Minister of Defense himself, would terrorize QBs in the 80s and 90s, leading us to multiple playoff runs. But then there are the lows. Against the Tampa Bay Bucks, Mukuba got burned on a deep ball to rookie receiver Emeka Egbuka for a touchdown. Oof, that one stung, especially in coverage where safeties are the last line of defense, reading routes and closing windows faster than a Philly cheesesteak joint at closing time. And don't get me started on those missed tackles against the New York Giants, our hated NFC East rivals, where every game feels like a street fight. Those whiffs cost us yards and nearly the game, fueling fan debates about whether trading away veteran C.J. Gardner-Johnson was a smart move. CJGJ brought that swagger and consistency, but hey, building for the future means investing in young talent like Mukuba. Speaking of the fans, Philly's faithful are a breed apart. Passionate, rowdy, and unforgiving, just like the city that birthed Rocky Balboa. I caught up with a fictional die-hard Eagles tailgater, let's call him Joe from South Philly, who summed it up perfectly. Look, Mukuba's got that Dawkins fire in his eyes, but he's got to lock it down every snap. We don't do almost here, it's Super Bowl or bust. And imagine if we sat down with Mukuba himself post-practice. He'd probably say something like, "Coach Fangio's right, I've had my moments, but consistency is key. Learning from vets like Darius Slay and Fletcher Cox has been huge. I'm grinding every day to make Philly proud." As for Fangio, in an expanded chat, he might add, "The kid's got elite range and instincts, but NFL speed is unforgiving. We're tweaking his technique in zone coverage, and once it clicks, watch out, the sky's the limit. Let's put this in historical context, because the Eagles' story is rich with tales of rookies rising. Think back to 2002 when safety Brian Dawkins, in his prime, mentored young guns and helped build a defense that took us to the Super Bowl. Or Donovan McNabb's rookie year in '99, ups and downs, but he became a legend, leading us to 5 NFC championship games. Statistically, Mukuba's numbers stack up decently against other rookie safeties. For instance, last year's class averaged around 40 tackles and 1 interception through 7 games, but top performers like Devin Witherspoon hit 50+ with multiple picks. Compared to Eagles greats, he's not at Dawkins level yet, who had 54 tackles and 4 picks as a rookie, but the potential's there. And trivia time. Did you know the Eagles' Fly chant dates back to the 1960s, evolving from a fight song to our anthem, belted out after every score? It's that kind of tradition that fuels players like Mukuba, especially in rivalries against the Cowboys, America's team. Please, we've owned them more times than not, or the Giants, where games at MetLife Stadium turn into epic battles. Tactically, Fangio's scheme is all about versatility. Mixing man and zone coverages, blitz packages that keep offenses guessing. Mukuba's role as a free safety means patrolling the deep third, but he's also dropping into the box for run support. His half-sack shows that hitting ability, but those coverage lapses? They're often from overcommitting, a common rookie mistake. Injuries haven't helped either. With our defensive line banged up early, more pressure fell on the secondary. But pop culture tie-in, this reminds me of the underdog story in movies like Invincible, where Vince Papale, a real Eagles walk-on, overcame odds. Mukuba's journey from Clemson to Philly has that same grit. Immigrant parents from Uganda, rising through the ranks with sheer determination. Looking ahead, what does this mean for the Eagles season? We're sitting at 5-2 right now, atop the NFC East, but consistency from young guys like Mukuba could be the difference in a playoff push. If he shores up those missed tackles, he's at about 12% miss rate, higher than league average, and tightens coverage, we could see him evolve into a Pro Bowl caliber player by year's end. Predictions. I see the Eagles clinching the division, with Mukuba grabbing at least 2 more picks, including one in a crucial December matchup against the Commanders. But if the inconsistencies linger, Fangio might rotate in more vets, impacting our depth. Seasonal impacts are huge. A strong defense complements our offense, led by Jalen Hurts' dual-threat magic, over 1,500 passing yards already, and weapons like A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, who are torching defenses. Imagine a deep playoff run, echoing our 2017 miracle with Nick Foles. Expert opinions? Fictional analyst Sarah Thompson from ESPN chimes in, Mukuba's raw talent is undeniable, but Fangio's bluntness is a wake-up call. In a league where safeties like Jesse Bates set the bar, Andrew needs to hit 70+ on PFF by season's end to silence doubters. And connecting to current events, with the NFL emphasizing player development amid rising salaries, Mukuba's growth could influence draft strategies. Maybe we target more secondary help next year. Wrapping this up, Eagles fans, this is what makes our team special. The highs, the lows, the relentless pursuit of greatness. Andrew Mukuba's rookie roller coaster? It's just the beginning of what could be a legendary career in Midnight Green. So, keep that faith alive. Chant AGLES from the rooftops. Tune in next week as we preview our showdown with the Cowboys. Rivalry renewed. Fly Eagles fly. And remember, in Philly, we don't just play football, we live it. Until next time, this is your Eagles Insider signing off.